Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we got our new 2nd anniversary playmat helping us out along with Amplified Black MetalGarurumon. A while ago we did a review of a Technic War Greymon that I bought off Aliexpress. And today we're going to look at a different thing that I bought off Aliexpress. And it is this tiny Lego Black MetalGarurumon. And again, I'm going to go over what I suggest getting it. Or is this one a pass? So he is, I would say, 75% scale to our model kit that we got. He's tiny. He's a little boy. He is simplistic also. That said, you can get some good posability out of him because all of his joints are ball joints. Like that's a ball joint right there. His hip's a ball joint. The foots have hinge joints on them. The back legs and the paws all have hinge. Even the toes are hinged. So you can get some good posability out of that. That said, I'm not sure how much range. He's even got an ab crunch, which is nice. The tails, it's got some movability to it, as well as the wings. They've got some more. So it's either got these hinge joints, these ball joints, trying to get a good look, or it's these other kind of hinge joints with a peg to give it some swivel. So those are all the joints in this figure. So it does allow for a lot of motion. Problem is, it is a wolf kind of thing, so like the amount of motion you're actually going to get is not going to be amazing. And he's going to open his mouth, so that's a thing. If you close it all the way, it is hard to get open again because you'll need to get something very skinny in there to help pry it back open, so I like to keep just a little gap right there. Yeah, I just don't know, because his legs are so short and stocky as compared to Amplified, there's not too much I feel like you could get. Like you can only get about that far forward on his forward legs. You can't go all the way back. But again, the legs are so stocky that I couldn't do like a slashing motion because this one's just hitting the ground. And it's just not going to look proper. So I don't know, how I would position it properly. I mean, it is very solidly built. I feel like I could... Yeah. That was about a foot off the ground, or off the table. And although he did bend out of place, he did stay together. I'm going to hate myself for doing this, but let's try. Okay, we dropped it on its head, which I was very worried about. And really all its ears were the only thing that came off. So yeah. And I don't see any expanded, I don't see any of the bricks separating. So once you get it built, it is solidly built. About that building, going back to the Technic War Greymon, I got this very nice booklet with 42 pages. 41 goes over the stickers, 42 goes over all the extra pieces. And although there was a little confusion One of them was my own mistake on using the wrong piece for the hip, and I thought they supplied it incorrectly, and I had to buy an extra piece, which came in, and I ended up not needing because I put it together incorrectly. Beyond that, like, this was a fairly well put together building process. I don't remember being all that confused by it. But when it comes to this little boy, this was the instructions that I was given. It was this page and this page. This is it. And it's saying stuff like, do this 2 times, do this 2 times. So they kind of really skimped, do that 2 times on how to do it. And then the colors. As you can tell, the colors on this, not great. Because it's saying, like, here's some whites, here's some grays. The problem is that there is, whoops, wing came off. Is that it's hard to tell in the directions what colors were supposed to be used in places. And whereas with this one, it was in several different baggies, even though they weren't properly done. I could, like, they still had all these big pieces in one spot. They had all these tiny the crosses all in one bag. This was all thrown into like 1 or 2 bags, I think. I can't remember. I just remember being confused by trying to put this together and finding the pieces. Because normally I'll put them out in little dishes and I'll rummage through them. This one, I think there was only 2, and trying to like figure out, like, okay, which one is this big flat piece in, when there's just 2 different divisions of them that is not really divided in any particular way. Like, again, at least in here, like, it was like all these curved pieces were in one little baggie. All these 90-degree bend pieces were in another baggie with some other pieces in, but they were all grouped together. With this guy, because he's so small and all of the pieces are used either 1 time or 1 billion times, it makes trying to find those unique pieces very hard. So like finding those ones, or finding the tiny studs when it's just in a mess. Once you get towards the end, it's kind of hard to do. I don't think that there were any extra pieces in this one like there were in the amplified MetalGarurumon. So that was a thing. Like, if you ended up missing a piece, whoops. The other thing that I want to bring up about this one is I was inspecting it just to be like, oh yeah, let's do a review on this. I was looking. I'm not sure how well it's going to show up, but that is stress right there. And that's from putting it together. Those little white striations, that's from the plastic being stressed out when I popped it into joint. So this is the type of thing you could only put together once. I would not take this apart because that would break over repeated times. And again, it could have broken when I put it together with these kind of striations. Like, I don't think you should see that when you're just putting it together. And it's not a thing because there was another one. Like, there's tiny striations right up there with that white. So it's not just a one-time thing with these pieces. Like, there was at least some other ones that I saw in here where I'm just like, yeah, like those white striations right there. So this is a quality issue. This one came from China, I believe, so that's probably one of the reasons why that's like that. But it's just a thing to keep in mind if you are looking to pick this up, that you could pretty much only put it together once safely. And even then, there's 10% chance a piece might break, and without any extras, you're kind of out of luck. So final thoughts on this guy. Would I suggest it? Probably not, because this guy, after shipping, was about $34. This one, after shipping was $21. So he was, like, with $10 more, you could get this guy, basically, like $13 more. Point is that this guy was 2/3 the cost, way smaller, more of a headache, didn't feel nearly as accomplished when I completed him. So, unless you are a mad fan of Black MetalGarurumon, I'd give this one a pass. I would not pick this one up. Again, it's probably going to, if you go on Aliexpress, this one's going to show cheaper probably, because I am including shipping, just because that's part of the cost, in my opinion. Like, it doesn't matter if the item is like $4. If shipping is 30, then it's going to be $34. I'm not going to be like, oh, this guy was only $4 and his shipping, I'm going to omit that because it could be different from where you are. No, to me, that's included. That's something that you should include. So yeah, I would give this one a hard pass. I would not buy it again. Like, it's got some interesting pieces like these ones for his feet, but you could find those elsewhere if you're a real Lego fan. I don't think that he is worth it, personally. Yeah. So, before we head out, as you know, I like to do pack openings and ones that are in packs. And I have this last pack of Dimensional Phase. So let's go ahead and open this one up and see what we can get out of here. We got Megalospark, Vegemon, Mad Leomon Armed Mode, Shoutmon plus Star Sword, Tanimon, Evil Squall. Think of Final Fantasy anytime I hear that. Hygoromon, Birdramon, Koromon, another double baby pack, Sukamon. We got Metal Tyrannomon. He's a common, so we don't have, or an uncommon, so we don't have to go over him. And we got Twaramon. 7 play costs, 3 Digivolution costs from Purple or Black, 6,000 DP. Digivolve from Dynamon for 1. Decoy with Bagger Army traits. All turns, all of your U amino can't be deleted. On deletion, you may play 1 Dynamon from your trash suspended without paying the cost. Inherited effect, opponent's turn. When an effect trashes this card from Digivolution cards, gain 1 memory. Yeah, no, I mean, I haven't played a Bagger Army deck, but I think we only got 1 of him, so I'm glad to get another in case I do eventually want to play. There we go. There's a pack opening for this. Anyways, let me know what you guys think of this guy down in the description. Would you pick him up for $21? Like, I would not again. But yeah, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. If you enjoyed this video, give it a good old thumbs up. If you haven't, please do subscribe. It really does help, and I really do appreciate it. And as always, until then, I will see you next time.